The internet is losing its mind right now. And if you've been anywhere near the hip-hop side of social media, you already know why. Lil Tim just went live, and what he said wasn't just bold. It was career-ending, street-shaking, alliance-breaking, kind of bold. One sentence, one claim. And BOOM timelines froze. Comment sections exploded. And OTF fans went into full meltdown mode. People expected Lil Tim to talk his usual talk. Maybe throw a little shade, maybe defend himself. But nobody, and nobody expected him to drag King Von's mom directly into the fire. The second her name came out of his mouth, viewers stopped breathing. Screenshots spread like wildfire. Some said he crossed the line. Others said he finally told the truth, and the rest. They don't even know what to believe anymore within minutes. OTF affiliates started dropping cryptic messages, broken heart emojis, snake emojis, he better chill. This ain't it. All the classic warning signs that things are about to go left. And when OTF gets quiet like that, that's when you know the situation is ticking like a bomb. Meanwhile, fans are dissecting every frame of the live stream. What did he mean by that? Why did he say it now? Who told him this? Is someone leaking info? And the biggest question, is this about to turn into another war? Or is this just Lil Tim stirring the pot for attention? Every major blog picked it up instantly. YouTubers jumped into emergency record mode. Twitter is on fire. Instagram comments are straight chaos. TikTok is pumping out conspiracy theory edits faster than anyone can keep up. And in the middle of all this, King Von's mom hasn't said a word, which is making people even more nervous. Because silence in situations like this, silence can be louder than the accusation itself. This isn't just drama. This is the kind of moment that splits fan bases, fractures crews, exposes secrets, and reveals who's really loyal to who. And if what Lil Tim hinted at is even half true, the fallout could change the entire storyline between OTF, NBA ties, and the legacy of King Von forever. Buckle up, because what happens next could break the internet all over again. When Lil Tim hit that go live button, nobody expected the storm that was about to break loose. At first, it seemed like a typical late-night stream. Music playing in the background, comments flying past, people asking the same questions they always ask. But there was something different in his face this time. He wasn't smiling, wasn't trolling, wasn't trying to entertain. He looked like someone who had been sitting on information for way too long and finally snapped. Viewers say the moment his tone changed, they felt the energy in the room shift. He leaned closer to the camera, wiped his face, and said he was tired of lies being pushed, tired of people acting innocent, tired of one-sided stories. Everyone thought he was talking about the usual narrative the night King Von died. But then he said the words that froze the whole live stream. Ask Von's mom about what really went down. It was like time stopped. The comments didn't even react at first. People couldn't tell if they heard it right. Then it hit an explosion of panic, confusion, anger. Thousands of viewers started flooding the chat, begging him to explain what he meant, asking why he was dragging King Von's mother into this. Some accused him of disrespecting a grieving parent. Others said he might be hinting at details nobody ever talked about publicly. But Tim wasn't backing down. His voice was steady, almost cold. He said too many people had painted him as a villain. Too many people had spoken on his name without knowing the full truth. He refused to give specifics, but the way he kept circling back to Von's mom made it clear. Whatever he was implying wasn't small. It wasn't gossip. It sounded like something that could shake the foundation of the entire Von and OTF story. And because he didn't provide details, fans started doing what the internet does best: digging, twisting, theorizing, and turning every vague sentence into a possible scandal. Meanwhile, OTF affiliates were watching. That much became obvious. Not even 15 minutes after the live stream clip hit social media, quiet movements began behind the scenes. People close to Dirk, people close to Von, and people who usually never comment on drama started posting strange messages. Emojis that didn't match their usual vibe. Half sentences. Y'all play too much with people's families. He talking crazy now? They waking up demons. Screen recordings began circulating in private group chats long before the public got the full story. Even a few OTF members who usually stay off camera jumped into lives of their own. Not directly mentioning Tim, but making it clear they weren't happy. Fans noticed the tension instantly. It wasn't the loud, aggressive kind. It was the quiet, calculated kind that usually means conversations are happening behind closed doors, and not the friendly kind. But the craziest part of all this wasn't even the claim itself, it was the timing. People are asking why Lil Tim waited until now. Why go live on this random night? Why mention Von's mom specifically? Why speak like someone pushed him past a breaking point? Some fans think someone contacted him privately. Some think he saw something online that triggered him. Others think he might have been responding to new allegations people are making on TikTok about the night Von died. And then there's a darker theory that someone on the inside is leaking info to stir chaos between camps. Regardless of the reason, the timing couldn't be more dangerous. OTF is already in a sensitive place with all the drama surrounding Dirk, legal issues, and constant online pressure. Now with Lil Tim dragging a beloved figure like Von's mother into the conversation, everything feels like it's teetering on the edge of another explosive round of tension. And while the internet tries to piece everything together, the silence from King Von's mother is making everything louder. She hasn't spoken, hasn't responded, hasn't posted anything hinting at a reaction. And the longer she stays quiet, the more people start to think this might not be just drama. This might be something deeper, something personal, something that could turn into a full-scale war of narratives. Fans are scared. Bloggers are circling like sharks. And OTF, they're watching every move Lil Tim makes. Because the moment someone brings family into it, the rules change completely. As the clip from Lil Tim's livestream spread across social media like wildfire, every platform became a battleground of theories and heated arguments. TikTok was the first to explode. Creators rushed to break down every second of the stream, slowing the video frame by frame, analyzing his facial expressions, his pauses, even the way his eyes shifted when he mentioned Von's mom. Some TikTokers claimed he looked nervous, like he wasn't supposed to say what he said. Others argued he seemed confident, almost too confident, as if he had been waiting for the perfect moment to finally drop this bomb. But what made the situation worse was how quickly misinformation started spreading. People began editing clips to make it look like he said even more than he did. Other creators stitched the video with unrelated past footage, making it seem like they had proof he was referencing a deeper secret. Within hours, the narrative had twisted into a dozen different versions, each more dramatic than the last, and none of them fully grounded in facts. Over on Instagram, the atmosphere felt even heavier. Bigger pages like Say Cheese, academics fan pages, and street news profiles reposted the clip with captions like Lil Tim goes too far. And did he just expose something? Influencers with huge followings started weighing in, picking sides, and stirring the pot. Some argued that bringing Von's mom into any kind of controversy was a low blow beyond anything that could be justified. Others said Tim must be desperate for attention, trying to stay relevant by reopening old wounds. But then there were those who insisted Tim wouldn't risk saying something this inflammatory unless he believed he had the upper hand, unless he had something real to back it up. That's when things took a darker turn. Private pages, fake insider accounts, and anonymous profiles started dropping rumors about what Tim might have been alluding to. None of it was verified, but it didn't matter. People were already choosing their versions of the truth. And then came the real explosion. OTF affiliates stepping into the conversation indirectly. They didn't at him. They didn't say his name, but their timing was too perfect to be. Coincidence? One OTF member posted a story with the caption, "Some people don't know when to shut up." Another wrote, "Family off limits. That's law." A third, someone very close to Vaughn, reposted a black screen with a single line. "This is why y'all can't let certain people live long enough to talk." That one sentence froze the internet. Suddenly, the entire tone of the conversation shifted from gossip to fear. People started asking, is this about to turn violent again? Fans begged both sides to chill before something irreversible happened. Even mainstream blogs began warning that the situation was escalating at a dangerous speed. And still, through all of this chaos, Lil Tim didn't back down. He posted a story of his own, saying, "Y'all mad 'cause I ain't scared to say the truth?" That one post reignited the entire mess all over again. Meanwhile, behind the public noise, something more subtle was happening. The OGs, the people who don't speak unless it's serious, began chiming in. Not on the main pages, not publicly, but in comment sections of smaller accounts, under the radar, just enough for people to notice if they looked closely. Some hinted that there was more to the story than what fans knew. Others warned people not to twist things too far because real families involved. And that's when fans realized this situation wasn't a simple misunderstanding or a random emotional outburst. This was deeper. This was connected to history, to loss, to old scars that never healed, to political tensions between camps that have been at odds since the night of the tragic incident. And now, with Lil Tim dragging Vaughn's mother into the discussion, the internet felt like it was walking on a thin tightrope, waiting for one wrong move that could set everything on fire again. But the biggest shock came late that night, when someone close to the Chicago scene tweeted, "If y'all think Tim is lying, wait till y'all see what's about to drop next week." Nobody knows if that tweet was bluffing or hinting at something real, but it immediately ignited another round of chaos. The idea that more information might be coming, possibly exposing someone or confirming what Tim implied, sent fans spiraling. Suddenly, everyone was glued to their screens, waiting, watching, and stressing over what next week might bring. And the worst part? That tweet got deleted minutes later, leaving people wondering if it was removed because it was fake, or because someone asked them to take it down. While the internet was spiraling, the tension behind the scenes was growing even faster. People close to O'Block, people who rarely speak publicly, began sending subtle warnings through private DMs and quiet group chats. Screenshots leaked, showing messages like, "He'd know better," and "he crossing lines that ain't supposed to be crossed." These weren't threats thrown around recklessly. These were the kind of statements that come from people who've lived through real street wars. People who know exactly how fast things can go from online arguments to something far more serious. But the most alarming part wasn't the anger, it was the confusion. Inside the OTF circle itself, people were arguing over what Lil Tim even meant. Some believed he was referencing old family drama that had nothing to do with the night Vaughn died. Others thought he was hinting at deeper allegations people have whispered about but never publicly addressed. And because nobody had solid answers, paranoia began spreading like fog. When people don't know the truth, every rumor feels possible. Meanwhile, King Von's fanbase, one of the most loyal and emotional in the rap world, started mobilizing. They flooded timelines, comment sections, fan pages, and live streams, demanding that Lil Tim explain himself. Many said he was disrespecting a woman who had already lost her son to a tragedy. Others accused him of weaponizing her name for clout. But then a small subgroup of fans began digging into old interviews, old social media posts, old footage from years ago trying to see if there was anything that matched the energy of what he hinted at. They found clips of Von's mom speaking about her son's struggles. They found old tweets where she mentioned tension within Von's circle. They found moments where she said she never got the full truth about everything. Suddenly, fans were connecting dots that weren't meant to be connected. They weren't just reacting emotionally anymore, they were trying to solve a mystery. And unintentionally making the situation even more explosive, YouTube became the center of the storm. Channels began posting hour-long breakdowns, deep dives, timelines, conspiracy theories, and alleged insider info. Titles like The Secret Lil Tim Just Exposed, or What Von's Mom Never Said Publicly started trending. Creators used screenshots, maps, voice memos, old beef histories, anything to make sense of Tim's vague claims. But the problem was, the more people talked, the bigger the story became. Even channels that weren't connected to rap culture started covering it because the drama was too big to ignore. The algorithm fed the chaos. Every video recommending another video. Every comment fueling another theory. And every theory making Tim's statement looked larger, darker, and more dangerous than it might have originally been. This didn't just break the internet, it created a new storyline, one that neither side was prepared to handle. Because when millions of people start believing a narrative you didn't intend to create, it becomes almost impossible to stop it. And while all of this was happening, the one person at the center of the storm, King Von's mother, remained completely silent. No posts, no interviews, no cryptic captions, nothing. Some fans believed she was ignoring the drama because she didn't want to give Tim attention. Others thought she might be processing what was said. A few even believed she might be planning a response, waiting for the right moment to speak. But the longer she stayed quiet, the more uncomfortable things became. Silence is powerful. Silence creates pressure. Silence forces people to imagine the worst. Even OTF seemed unsure how to move, because if Von's own mother were to speak, whether denying Tim, confirming something, or even just addressing the pain of having her son's name dragged into the spotlight, again, it would reshape everything instantly. Meanwhile, Lil Tim seemed almost energized by the chaos. He posted a picture with the caption, "I said what I said, and that only made tensions soar." Now the question wasn't what he meant. The question was what he planned to say next, and whether anyone could stop the situation before it crossed a line that couldn't be undone. The fallout from Lil Tim's livestream was beginning to reach a fever pitch. Social media platforms were flooded with screenshots, reactions, and heated arguments. Each fan and crew member trying to interpret every word, every pause, every glance from the video. Meanwhile, insiders within OTF were reportedly scrambling to control the narrative, holding emergency calls and private meetings to figure out what could be done before things got completely out of hand. According to alleged sources, some members were worried the situation might escalate into real-world confrontations. The tension wasn't just online anymore. Whispers circulated that certain neighborhoods were already on high alert. Every mention of Von's mom, every retweet, every clip of the livestream became a trigger, making the storm bigger by the hour. Meanwhile, journalists and content creators began pushing harder for clarity. Some reached out to Lil Tim directly, but his responses were vague, almost taunting. Others tried to contact Von's family, but the silence remained. That void only fueled speculation. Fans began creating timelines, attempting to track every word Tim had ever said about Von, OTF, and the circle of associates. Old videos, interviews, and even casual posts were suddenly re-examined for hidden meaning. Some claimed to have uncovered proof of a larger conspiracy, while others insisted the claims were merely exaggeration or attention-seeking. The chaos blurred lines between reality and rumor. And as always, the algorithm ensured that the wildest theories gained the most traction. As the hours dragged on, The tension spilled from online platforms to the streets. Allegedly, some OTF affiliates were seen in public meetings, speaking in code and issuing warnings to certain people. Social media posts hinted at loyalty being questioned and alliances being tested. Every fan theorist on Twitter and TikTok was dissecting interactions, facial expressions, and past conflicts. Some fans even speculated that Tim's livestream wasn't just about Von's mom, that it might signal a new phase in ongoing rivalries. A strategic move designed to provoke reactions, assert dominance, or send a warning. The uncertainty drove more people to speculate, creating a feedback loop that only heightened the frenzy. By the night's end, the story had consumed the internet. Memes, edits, reaction videos, and conspiracy threads multiplied like wildfire. Tim's livestream had become more than a clip. It was a full-blown event, dissected and debated at every level. Even those outside the hip-hop community were drawn in, curious about the unfolding drama. Allegedly, certain members of OTF were quietly strategizing next moves, aware that the smallest misstep could escalate things into something dangerous. And all the while, Von's mother remained silent, her voice absent, but felt in every discussion, every speculation. The question on everyone's mind was clear: what would happen next? And could this situation spiral further than anyone anticipated? As the chaos continued to unfold, RapShock sources confirmed that Lil Tim's livestream had triggered more than just online arguments. It had forced key players to reassess their positions. Allegedly, members of OTF held emergency meetings to discuss the fallout, while street-level contacts monitored the situation closely. Every fan reaction, every leaked clip, and every speculative post was being analyzed. Rumors swirled that some affiliates feared the live stream could lead to retaliation or unwanted attention from law enforcement. Meanwhile, social media platforms were flooded with hashtags like #LilTimDrama, #OTFsplodes, and #KingVonLegacy, showing how deeply the situation had captured global attention. King Von's mother remained silent publicly, but according to unverified insiders cited by RapShock, she was reportedly in private conversations with trusted allies, trying to figure out how to protect her family's reputation while navigating the storm. Fans speculated endlessly about whether she would finally speak, what she might reveal, and how her response could shift the entire narrative. Every pause in her social media activity became a talking point. Every old interview resurfaced, and every subtle gesture by Lil Tim was dissected frame by frame. The tension wasn't just in the comments anymore. It had spilled into fan communities, group chats, and private forums, creating a digital pressure cooker. Meanwhile, sources told RapShock that Lil Tim seemed aware of the power his words had unleashed. His live stream wasn't just casual commentary, it was strategic, designed to provoke, to dominate the conversation, and to assert his presence in a narrative that had long been dominated by rumors and speculation. Fans noted his calculated timing, the way he referenced sensitive topics without directly answering questions, and his deliberate pauses, which only fueled further debate. Every clip that resurfaced online caused spikes in engagement, trending worldwide. The tension was palpable, and the lines between online performance, personal vendetta, and real-life consequences blurred completely by the end of the night. The drama had reached a level that RapShock called unprecedented in modern hip-hop commentary. Allegedly, emergency meetings continued behind closed doors, alliances were being reconsidered, and fans remained glued to their screens, waiting for the next move. The situation wasn't just a story anymore. It had become a cultural moment, a real-time thriller that involved legacy, loyalty, and stakes far higher than the average fan could imagine. One thing was clear: Lil Tim's livestream had ignited a firestorm that would continue to rage, and RapShock promised to bring every verified update as it unfolded, ensuring fans stayed on top of every twist, turn, And revelation, the streets are buzzing, social media is on fire. And fans everywhere are debating every detail of Lil Tim's shocking livestream. Did he go too far dragging King Von's mom into the drama? Was this a calculated move to assert dominance, or a reckless stunt that could have real consequences? RapShock has been following every angle, and now it's your turn to weigh in. Drop your hottest theories in the comments. We want to hear what you think really happened. Who's behind the chaos, and what might come next? Don't hold back. Every detail matters, and the fans are calling the shots on this one. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe to RapShock for real-time updates. Breaking news and insider info you won't get anywhere else. Hit that notification bell so you're first to know when the next twist hits. This saga is far from over. And trust us, it's about to get even crazier.